93. I am Freighter Jin, and today we'll be discussing something. Epoch 1. What is something? Used in various expressions indicating that the description or amount being stated is not exact. A thing that is unspecified or unknown. The latter definition of something is rather interesting indeed. Being something implies that it has substance. But exactly what that may be is unknown, which is very fitting for what we're going to be discussing in this epoch. Last time, we talked about nothing. This time, we're going to talk about what happens when no thing becomes something. What that thing is, we can't really be certain. We just know that it is the source of everything that begins the framework for us to even become a thought form, let alone a physical manifestation of anything conceivably recognizable as alive or even material. However, the entire blueprint for everything that has, does, and will ever exist in our universe can be found right here under the guise of something. Imagine, if you can, a level of pure unity, complete oneness, where nothing is separate from any other thing, and this oneness exists independent of anything but itself. Call it the source substance, the beginning, the alpha if you must, and if you know anything about the monoblock of existence that was said to exist before the Big Bang, this may make perfect sense to you. What I'm describing is the first spark of flame coming out of universal nothingness. If you watched my last epoch, the difficulty to visualize this should be relatively apparent. This is an eternal source that we can call spiritual perfection, the genesis of every something, there to see it through to its completion as a perfect circle. Again, I will speak of Ouroboros. However, it is still not the time to go into details on that. This is the ultimate point of total unity, that is complete unto itself, without any dimensions or any type of external definition. Manifestation itself begins and ends here. We can call this something Kether. Kether is the first Sephirah. If you are familiar with Final Fantasy VII, the word Sephirah may seem familiar to you, as Sephiroth is the plural form of the word. A Sephirah is a sphere of existence on the tree of life. The word itself means song, which is interesting in itself if you've ever looked into theories like the string and M theory. We'll talk more on the tree of life later, but for now, let's look at some cards. We're going to look at the aces, of course. First of all, we have the Ace of Wands. Like all aces, the Ace of Wands symbolizes the roots and the entity of its core element. The Ace of Wands represents the root of the elements of fire, the first spark to create the flaming powers of the world we're going to refer to as Absolute. Absolute is one of the four worlds that we will be discussing throughout the course of these videos. Being the essence of fire, the ace itself goes nowhere, but stands for the strong feeling that soon might turn into a strong will or plan. There is definitely a spiritual power that has the ability to grow here, but it's completely up to us whether we use it or not. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is the root of its element water. It stands for the sources of love, for growing feelings, the desire for relationship, or the readiness to have a friend. The Ace of Swords is the root of the element air. It represents the unstructured primary matter of its suit, just like all the aces, the undifferentiated unity. Therefore, this Ace of Swords is the beginning of thinking, a first idea, a first thought, or a first impulse from the mind and the essence of the element air itself. The Ace of Discs, again, it represents the root of its element earth, the beginning of Asaya, the earth world, the material world of making. It stands for the pureness of the element and also for its seed, the first little sprout that later becomes a tree. So the Ace of Discs can stand for the beginning of a material subject. This can be a physical, project, or a material value, which could mean the urge for material creation or the chance for material gain. And remember, love is the law, love under will. Until next time.